reactions video, a lot of people had problems with how Fren was behaving during the reaction videos. Like she didn't want to be there, she was tired, she didn't participate, she didn't show a bone of like actually enjoying the moment. And a lot of people are saying maybe Idol Factory should just stop doing the reactions. Now, we know that Fren was at the time preparing for her birthday fan meet. At the time, she was shooting riders. At the time, she was shooting these brand endorsements. So the girl was extremely like strained. So she was exhausted. Now, I don't know why it was so important for Idol Factory to release like the reaction videos the moment that each episode like airs. I guess they are doing it to be able to push the show more, because when like their faces come to the timeline, a lot of times, every single time, like a lot of people will be swayed to watch the show. But if the girls are tired, the girls are tired, let them rest. Now, there was a lot of critiquing that video. Idol Factory still didn't give two hoots, didn't give two Fs. They didn't care. They still put the girls to do another reaction video again. And we know these reaction videos are long. So if it was just 10 minutes, I don't think they would have a problem with it. They would quickly like do it and done with. But they go through every single scene, which is extremely tiring. Now, Friend had the same reactions. People still critiqued her and how she didn't want to be there and all that and this and that. Now, they have also been doing like promotional videos or promotional interviews for the show, going here and there, interacting with YouTubers, doing this, just to push the show. The numbers haven't been great again, even on those videos that they have been going, because then again, the numbers that I'm seeing are not Friend Becky level. Like, I expect so much from Friend Becky. Like, looking at the past, like those are the numbers that they would pull like in a day or two. They're not numbers that they're pulling in a week or like in 5 days. Those are not the numbers. Now, they did go to, I think, AFM studio, whereby they were given a trophy like Seeds of the Year, and like we could see in their faces, like they did try to mask it off by laughing and all this, trying to make it look like they were in the joke. But we did see also Friend make a joke about it and say, why Seeds of the Year, why not Couple of the Year? Because at the end of the day, all these things matters. And like we've seen like a lot of these BL fans and GL fans, like we are delusioned enough to only believe that if a couple is lovey-dovey off screen, that means that their show is amazing, and we should just sit down and binge the hell out of it, and it will be the best production we've ever seen. Now, for them to start getting awards like Sis of the Year and all that, it just doesn't sell them well. So I feel like also that, because we know that they are online, they're always lacking online. So they do see how like their trend is going. We did see a few days ago Banky have a whole meltdown about Sunset Vibes and how it wasn't doing well on Twitter. So I do think that these actors check Twitter to see how the show is going, how people are talking about it, and how people are feeling about it. So I'm sure they do see how like it's not doing as well as it's supposed to do, and how people are not talking about it like as good as they think that they did in the show. And it's not good, it's not something that an actor, after you do a job and people talk about how pathetic you were at the show, and that would motivate you to actually do anything about that show, especially if people just talk about how horrible you were at that show. So it's just a reminder. And then also, if you see yourself, especially like in scenes where you feel like you should have done better, or you should have reacted better, you should have moved, you are like your face should have shown, expressed itself in a certain way better, like you feel disappointed, and you going to work every single day and reliving those scenes every single time, like it must be very tiring. Now, that just didn't happen after the couple sees award. Like also there we did see that Freen and Becky, I think Becky was asked if she has met like Friend's dog, which she did say yes, I have met Fluffy. And they did ask, has Fluffy like met Bonbon, or when is Fluffy going to meet Bonbon? And we did see Becky saying no, they can't meet now because Bonbon is very naughty and Fluffy still young, and I don't want Bonbon to like harm like Fluffy, something like that. Now, that's not a direct quote. And then people online were shocked, but they said, girl, like just a few weeks ago, your friend has a smaller dog and you all had a play date whereby, I don't know if it was a play date, whereby you brought Bonbon and your friend brought their smaller dog. So, did that dog did Bonbon harm that dog? Or like how did the whole thing go? Now, again, Becky has been very open about saying that they don't hang out at all after work because they spend so much, no, they used to spend so much time working together because they were filming Uranus, they were filming Loyal Pin at the same time, and then they had all these fan meets, and this, so they spent a lot of time together. So they don't spend any time out of work together, which is understandable. So if they don't spend that time together, how do you expect their dogs to meet? So instead of again saying that and repeating that, probably they have been accustomed to, they decided to say when they just ask, let us just say that he's still too young. Is it a he or a she? Fluffy? I don't know. But Fluffy is still too young, and we are scared that Bonbon might hurt Fluffy. Just that. And I think that's what they have been accustomed to, because then again, we know these BL actors and these GL actors, they always have a script that is given to them and ways of how to answer those questions. Or sometimes they just sit together and come up with the answers together, and the management is okay, that will do. Let's move on. Now, during Friend's birthday fan meet, Becky did again like wished Friend like the best and called her sis. Now this time she used the sis that, according to the Freenbecky fandom shippers, is a sis that means you are truly a sis. Now that also created meltdown because now it was a back and forth between the Freenbecky shippers and the Becky stans on what the sis means, and they started calling each other out. Now, that didn't end there. Came episode 3 of Loyal Pin, which also is doing extremely poorly And I feel like the numbers are just going down and down and down, and people are just feeling like this show, like people are just feeling like they could have done better. Idol Factory could have done better, could have chosen a better script for them and all that. Just, and the acting should have just been better. Now, today, Idol Factory released the reaction of episode 3. Now, with the reaction of episode 3, it's like Idol Factory just lit a fire, and I don't understand why doesn't Idol Factory just listen? Like, I do believe like they are making a lot of money. They probably have a social media manager. Like, why don't they just listen? Because people have been saying that Friend is extremely tired. Stop making her do these reaction videos. In the reaction video of episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, you still release the video of the girl basically like having a blanket and deciding that she has to go to sleep because she's extremely tired. And then you look at that video, the person who edited that video just looked at that video and said, yeah, it's good. Let's just post it. Seriously? Like, you just didn't see like there was anything wrong with that video, and this girl will get like a lot of hate of how she behaved during that video, because she has been getting a lot of hate since the reaction of episode 1, episode 2, and you thought episode 3 will be better, especially with the kind of shit that you put out. So this is not only on Friend, because then again, I'm hearing that the video was done, I think, a day after her fan meet, which she was extremely exhausted. And people are saying that she should be professional enough. She should have weathered through. She should have put a business smile. But sometimes, let's just be honest and understand that sometimes you get to your end, to your limit, and you are extremely exhausted. And no matter how much you want to like put on the business smile, be professional at work and all that, sometimes you just find yourself sleeping. And this Idol Factory, the minute they did realize that Friend had a certain mood, they would have just decided to do what? They would have just decided to put off the reaction, put out a statement on social media and said that this week we wouldn't have the reaction of episode 3 because of how busy Friend has been. So she is extremely exhausted. Like, please just give us some time. We will do the reaction video if we find time later. Like, it would have been that simple. So they lay that girl out, and she's getting fire every single corner. Her fans are trying to explain and like do that and come to her rescue, and it's not working, because people are saying if it was episode 3 alone, we would understand. But it's from episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Like, we understand, but you are not the only one who is put in a position whereby you are extremely busy. People have weathered through much worse. Like, people are coming with situations where Becky was extremely busy, but she still showed up and showed out in whatever space that she was put. And then especially this coming after the Uranus, like behind the scenes and all that documentary, and them seeing what Becky went through and how Becky still pulled through and made sure she was on time at her work. She gave her 1001%. They feel like whatever Friend had to do was the bare minimum. And if she can't do that, she can't even sit still and react to a show that she's on, which then again they feel like she is performing very poorly. What is she good for, or what is the reaction videos good for? So that's the back and forth going on online. So if you've gotten to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, turn on the post notification. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Share this video and let me know in the comments section, like, what is the craziest moment, I think, in the last week from the Freenbecky fandom that you have seen. So yeah, bye.